Sam Seder went on the Bad Faith podcast with Briahna Joy Gray and Virgil, Texas. I covered it on stream, and basically that's the segment for this video. If you enjoyed the video, then please check me out on Twitch. And yeah, that's about it. Enjoy.
And I think if I remember correctly, don't hold me to this, but maybe I probably should have checked that video. But I'm pretty sure I said at the time, I'm not sure that Medicare for All vote is the best idea. You might want something like committees or something like that. But the idea of leveraging the vote, I thought.
I agree with that. That's actually what I said when the Discord first happened. It's like, you can leverage so much more, though. The plan of the actual idea was to leverage just one vote on Medicare for All, when you could have so many other things. Like, literally, a alternative that's far better is that if you were able to be like, hey, what if we leveraged our power to get a stranglehold on the Health and Human Services Committee or whatever. That would be a far better leverage than just one Medicare for All vote. It felt too performative, and performative actions can be good, but in this case, it just seemed unnecessary.
I think I pretty much agree that you'd probably leverage more out of it, and I don't, like you said, it's a performative action, and like you said, I agree that performative actions can be good, but I think in this case, be not only like not, it wouldn't even be like a balance out between good and bad. It would just be overall bad because you'd be missing out on pressure for things like a committee or things like that. For a Medicare for All vote that wouldn't pass.
It's usually used a negative connotation, but it's not actually inherently bad. Like, there are performative actions that you can do politically that can be beneficial. The spirit of, oh, if you hold this vote, and then you have these people on record being against it, and that will negatively affect their reputation. The spirit of that is, the sentiment is correct. I just don't think it really works in this context. I hate the sentiment of, oh, how could they vote against Medicare for All during a pandemic? It's like, the pandemic literally is irrelevant to this because a Medicare for All system would take years to fully implement. Bernie's plan had written down that it was going to take 4 years to transition to. Like, it's not like you get you pass Medicare for All and then just done. Like, it's implemented. It would take at least a couple years.
I don't know that it's any less pressing because we're in a pandemic. I think if we have Medicare for All, it certainly would have made things a little bit easier, but I don't know that would have had a material difference. But we just tested the premise. If it was Medicare for All, if there was a chance, we know that it would lose in the House 325 to 125. It probably would never get a vote in the Senate. If it did, it would lose. I don't know what the numbers would be. It'd probably be 55 to 45 best, maybe 70 to 30. But the fact of the matter is that PAYGO getting rid of PAYGO would allow for Medicare for All, but we know it's not going to
probably work.
Right, that's why here's the issue, Sam. If your argument is we should only do things if they guarantee a win in this moment. That's not my argument
at all.
Okay, well then you can make your argument. But my point is that if that is the way someone saw the world, of course you wouldn't believe in Medicare for All.
That's not.
You wouldn't believe in forced vote rather.
Why is his interpretation of his argument why is it so fucking like, I don't even know, like, why? Why is it the worst possible thing she could like interpret it as? Because it's like, no, a more fair representation wouldn't be saying, oh, we should only do things that are guaranteed to pass. He's not saying that. He just doesn't want to do this because it's guaranteed to fail. I don't know how you can get that interpretation, like, honestly, from what he said.
Perhaps she's arguing in bad faith.
I was antagonistic to the idea that it very quickly, very, very quickly, turned into AOC is a sellout. She's a fraud.
That's fine, Sam, but I'm sitting in.
Wait a second, but you asked what the cost is? The cost is that.
No, I didn't ask you.
And I'll tell you something. I have historical perspective on this. We have, for the first time, we have taken out more establishment Democrats.
Oh my, fuck off.
Obviously, you're talking about Virgil going
Talking about
off
the cost.
camera
Oh
and
yeah,
then back
fuck you,
on camera.
Virgil.
The cost is that.
No,
The
no,
cost is
He's just gone.
No, but he starts actually trying to answer your
One,
question.
and I'll tell you something. I have a historical
Yeah.
perspective on this.
Oh boy, that's what she says.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Okay, no. Even people that I think are relatively bad faith, I try to be nice to. But like, that's one thing I don't appreciate. It's like if you're arguing with someone and you don't even take anything they say seriously when they're not even saying anything that bad, like it's not even like I can't stand that. But the thing is, both of their end goals are the exact same. I wanted to point that out. Their end goals is the exact same. Sam Seder says that Sam Seder says that to get Medicare for all, we just need to elect as many leftists in the House as possible. With midterms, 2024, 2026, 2028, whatever. And that's how we get Medicare for all. That's the only way we can do it electorally, is just through that. And what we've done, but on a larger scale, with more funds, whatever. Briahna Joy Gray says we need to do that. Force the vote will expose many members, and then we can primary them, so we can get progressives into the House. Their end goals are literally the exact same. Their way to getting there is different. This is why I think overall, this is a really unproductive conversation. Especially since it's literally late January, and it's been a while since we had the opportunity to even do force the vote. There's no real point to argue about it anymore. And the fact that they're still talking about it, and the fact that Briahna Joy Gray is inviting Sam Seder on, is not giving him the greatest, interpreting his arguments in the best of faith. This doesn't feel, it doesn't feel like she wants to have a productive conversation. Like, it honestly doesn't, because we're literally talking about a topic that's dead. Like, there's no, you literally cannot do this strategy anymore. It's not possible. It's kind of a lot what my last video is about.
That parody commercial with Tony the Tiger, where he's part of police brutality. I think that's the ideal police force.
What are you waiting for? Oh no, Tony.
We'll do just fine. After this complete breakfast, including my vitamin-packed Frosted Flakes. They bring out the tiger in you.
Don't get all good on me.
Frosted Flakes good. They're great! Hey there, tiger! And you.
Why is it so good?
I want to try and put it in context so I see it as more consequential. Okay? When there's a guy out there saying, hey, maybe we should embrace the Boogaloo Boys because this guy with a weapon is talking about taking out government in a civil war, but he also...
This guy with a weapon trying to take out government, that could be said about a million left-wing groups in the world.
Excuse me, but this guy's a Boogaloo Boy. This guy's a...
We all saw the video. You're not going to sit here on our show and misrepresent. I haven't seen the clip you're talking about, but I did see the Boogaloo Boy clip.
You should look at the clip. You should watch the clip.
So I don't want to talk about stuff that is not germane to this issue and is not being represented on the clip.
You asked me why I didn't get involved, and I'm telling you.
That is fair. We are all very clear that you personally don't think that Jimmy Dore is a worthwhile vessel for this. You think that it's worth throwing away.
I think he was using it in a destructive way, and that
Jimmy Dore was using it in a destructive way, and it tainted it. So, what I'm saying, and I hear you. I think that everyone understands your point of view.
I think the argument that you're having with everybody about Jimmy Dore is proof of my that he tainted.
I'm trying desperately, can I tell you, to stop talking about Jimmy Dore because 15 million people lost their health insurance this past year, and I can't get you to focus on that issue for more than 5 minutes.
Hey, no, because you want. Listen, I can focus on Medicare for all, but that's not the same as force the vote.
It is, Sam. Because
it isn't. Only
it's literally not. It's a strategy. One's a policy. One's a strategy. If my plan was to to pass Medicare for all, that I thought we all had to storm the Capitol and all of us in sync play Loaded Diaper. I think, and that's how I think that would pressure Congress into passing Medicare for all. That's not the same as Medicare for all. Medicare for all in the bill will not say we'll all play Loaded Diaper. All right.
I think
so.
that no. Now the thing that I think is wrong with that analogy is I think that would actually be the same thing as Medicare for all.
Oh really?
Because I think that's like a shoe-in strategy, like a clear 100% guaranteed strategy to get Medicare for all passed.
That's what Sam Seder supports.
That you just admitted was a good tactic, but for Jimmy Dore, which could put us on a
I
path.
said the ask was not good, Bree. The ask. A losing vote for Medicare for all is not going to do what you think it's going to.
You just sat here and waxed philosophical about how important PAYGO is, and you're right. So why not ask to get rid of PAYGO entirely instead of these narrow exemptions for COVID and for the Green New Deal?
Because everything that passes in the next 2 years is going to deal with COVID, and Nancy Pelosi is done after this.
Oh my goodness.
There are times where it's like I say, I'm not going to use my phone. I could hammer in a nail with this, but I'm going to break it. And I'm not saying that this would necessarily, break AOC, but I'm saying that there is a calculation at times where it's like, is using this tool to do this worth it in terms of the outcome? And in this,
we're basically going in circles. I think we get the gist of this. I don't think we really have to watch the whole thing.